So after making a couple of videos about these guys that are down horrible, you know, just saying some out-of-pocket stuff toward women, I think it's time that we look at some women saying some weird / out-of-pocket stuff in these street interviews. So leave a like on this video or else you will get a very painful stomach ache, and subscribe because only 30% of the people that watch these videos are subscribed, and let's get into it.
Who is better at self-improvement, men or women?
Women.
Self-improvement, definitely women.
Y'all didn't even think about the question. Like, I swear to you, you just heard, who's better, men or women? Oh, women. Didn't even hear the self-improvement part, I swear. They're just regurgitated and whatever. You'd think with such a loaded question like that, you'd have to spend at least 5 seconds thinking about it. But I'm sure these 3 prestigious Harvard graduates have the answers ready at the top of their dome.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10s across the board.
10.
Oh, period.
Okay, there's having self-confidence and being happy with how you look, and then there's this weird self-worship that they're doing. A 10 isn't below average, it's not average, it's not even above average, it is literally perfect. I'm sorry, but you're not perfect.
Isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Not even that, the one on the right just says 12. You're wearing sunglasses in the middle of the night, and they look broken, like the left frame looks really bent to the left. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about the 12 that you gave to yourself.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes, we were perfect. We just said
We
we
just
were
said we're 10s.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Facts.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
Yeah, I don't think anything has to be said about that one. I think the delusion just speaks for itself. There is no perfect on a scale from 1 to 10. Yeah, there is actually. It's 10 because you can't go higher than 10. So giving yourself a 10 out of 10 rating means that you're saying you are so perfect that you cannot even go to a more perfect level on this 1 out of 10 scale.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
So then why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect?
Because you should feel in your own way that you are perfect,
yeah, you
because
should
that's
embrace
confidence.
that, because that's manifesting that you are a 10.
Nah, manifesting would sound more like, I'm currently a 7, but I want to become a 9, and I believe I'm capable of becoming a 9, so here's what I'm going to do to make that happen. I'm going to improve my personal hygiene, I'm going to upgrade my style, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to improve my attitude / the way I interact with people. Like, that right there I think is truly manifesting. Also, saying that you're a 10 out of 10 doesn't show that you're confident, it just shows that you're obnoxious. Myself and most people, when we see a person, you know, giving themselves a 10 out of 10 on the attractiveness scale, we don't usually think, wow, that person really has some great confidence. We usually just interpret that as that person being full of themselves / self-obsessed.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me. No, that doesn't.
No, because, I mean, a universal scale?
You gotta speak in the microphone.
Is it universal scale? We're talking about like 20, right?
No, we're not talking about 20, we're talking about out of 10. Yo, where did she get 20 from? That's... what? Also, it's so sad how this girl was like, oh, you got me, and then her friend was like, no, actually, you didn't, and then she was like, oh, yeah, no, you didn't. My friend's actually right. No, your friend is wrong. Your friend is not correct on this.
Right. So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves, but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes. It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
Like, literally no. Room for improvement and room to grow, I'm pretty sure just mean the same thing. So yeah, by saying that you are a 12 out of 10, you are in fact saying that there is no room for improvement or room to grow.
Bro, I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves. Yeah.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's not a limit. There's not a limit.
There's never
not a
too
limit.
much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
out in the outer
You
space.
should.
Okay, they're just talking actual nonsense at this point, so I'm gonna interject. Yeah, there is a point where thinking too highly of yourself becomes a problem. It's something called narcissism. No Playboy Cardi reference, but yeah, like, people literally become narcissistic once they begin to think way too highly of themselves. Like, listen, it's totally fine to show yourself some self-love, you know, affirm yourself, tell yourself that you have good people surrounding you and that you're not ugly or whatever. But once you get to the point where you are so self-absorbed that you would rather stare at the mirror for an hour than attend your brother's birthday party, like, it's over. Like, it's been over. It's not going to ever not be over. Like, at that point in time, you need to be arrested. existed.
Have the most
Okay,
confidence.
High in the sky.
what is more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a
It's
contradiction?
very possible.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
that one. Like, you know, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and down to earth.
How can you say that you are down to earth when literally seconds ago you said you can never think too highly of yourself? You can think highly of yourself to the point where you are in space. And I think the fact that you specifically said in space is like hilarious because he's asking, are you down to earth? And you're saying yes, but you clearly aren't.
At the same time, and I'm single, so
But we know that we're not better than anybody else.
Well, in a sense you do because you gave yourself a 12 out of 10 and not everybody else is giving themselves a 12 out of 10, so you numerically would grade yourself better than somebody else, so you're just wrong.
Okay, is it possible to improve without taking accountability?
No.
Yeah,
No.
you have to be self-aware and accountable for
What's the last mistake you took accountability for?
Damn.
The last mistake I took
Probably
accountability for?
always being late.
Okay. Why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because
It take a long time to look
yeah,
good, boo.
yeah. Like we have so much to do. We have to like do our hair, our makeup.
Procrastination, basically.
Well, why not just start getting ready earlier?
Procrastination.
Okay. If you
You gotta love when they don't even hide their own double standards, like, oh, I can be late, and I'm late all the time, but yeah, if the dude's more than, what, 5 or 10 minutes late, I'm out. Y'all wanna hold standards for other people that you yourself can't even meet. Like, how does that make sense? It doesn't, okay? Spoiler alert.
What's one thing you wish men understood better about women?
Catcalling, it's not appreciated.
There's a difference from being creepy and then just trying to
charming.
being charming.
And complimenting. Catcalling is not complimenting.
Not a compliment.
What does the behavior of approaching a woman respectfully look like?
It looks like a man coming up to you and just giving you literally a normal compliment, like your outfit.
And also probably talking to you about yourself other than talking to you about your looks and what you look like.
Instead of being like, damn girl, that ass is fat, how about be like, wow, like you're a beautiful woman.
Makeup looks nice.
Yeah,
Something like that other than complimenting your physical.
If a man gives you a compliment and a woman gives you a compliment, does it have different meaning to you if it's the exact same compliment?
Yes. If a woman
Yes.
gives it to me, then it means way more. If
Yeah.
a man gives it to me,
I'm like, get the
A
fuck away
compliment
from
from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman
it means a lot.
now that's
everything.
something.
So what advice?
Alright, so I actually totally understand, not wanting to be catcalled. When you're walking to get your groceries, you don't want some creepy old men, hollering at you, flirting with you, saying some out-of-pocket stuff. Like, I totally get why you wouldn't like that or why you would feel uncomfortable. So I'm agreeing with them on that, but then they just go on to start saying that, oh, getting a compliment from a man means nothing to me. Either you are telling the truth and you actually hate men and you're like this misandrist type that doesn't appreciate men whatsoever and hopes that they just shut up at all times, or you're just being performative in front of your friends to come off as this, oh, I don't need no man type of behavior where you're trying to come across as this strong, independent figure. If I had to guess, it's the second one, but if you genuinely think in your heart of hearts that when a man compliments you that it has no value or no meaning, then you're just lost. And if that's honestly true, you definitely didn't have the proper male role models or male figures in your life growing up.
Need men. Why do women date men?
For their own pleasure.
What do you mean?
We don't need them, but we want them.
We want the attention. We like the attention.
Well, I'm not surprised that the one on the right definitely wants attention, considering she pulled up with the Minecraft-type sunglasses. But yeah, if you're only dating a man for attention, at that point, just make friends with somebody who will give you attention. You don't have to be very smart to know that relationships are far deeper than just, oh, this person gives me attention, and I like attention. I love these street interviews because they really showcase how just retarded the average person can be, or how, I guess, like, crazy some of the opinions that these people be having. It's like wild,
Why not just date a woman?
Because I'm not into that.
attention.
Okay, so why do women date men?
Because they have a penis.
Dick.
So if women want dick, how is that different than men sexually objectifying women?
I mean, they laugh about it, but it is the truth. Like, there is no difference at the end of the day. Anyways, click one of the videos on screen now to be transported to a brand new video of mine. Comment down mousepad if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comments. Big thanks to all my channel members. As always, you guys rock. Follow my social medias and join the Discord server. Links are all down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.